Okay, so where the fuck was it? Oh, hello, dog. Sorry. Yes, I see you down here. I was in Abyss. So apparently, I just finished up down here. Oh yeah, I done that quest to unlock the library, and I forgot to go read the stuff. Okay, well, fuck, I can do that anytime. Mm. I'm sure there'll be particularly useful information there, though. I'll work on it later. It'll probably help me work out some more of the lore. Okay. So, swords, as far as I can tell, are the weakest weapon, but they also have the highest attack speed. Or rather, lowest weight. But if you're strong enough, then weight doesn't matter. Fuck anyway. Uh, oh yeah, I still got to do shit around here. Like get meals. And then get training done. What was I training towards? War Master? And I got support to listen to? Yes, okay. So I had plenty to do before going to battles. Faith, axe. Axe. I have to axe you a question to get War Master. And I bought the Master Seal so I can get everybody up. Do supports first? Or doesn't matter because they're all going to be A supports, so they're not going to get any higher. Sorry. So Ferdi, Linthart, Benedetta, Dorothy, Mercedes, Annette, Flane, Eloise. None of them matter for morale. Casper, Sylvain, Ingrid, Cedro, Anna, Happy. Happy needs up. Leonie and Happy we need to get up. So where's the Leonie? Got Leonie in here. Have we got Happy? We have a Happy. I could have just gifted them up, but
Wow, this is all kinds of tasty.
I like your new hair, to be honest.
That looks delicious. Goddess forgive me, I've just got to indulge.
Although she could have done without the Serrano style vampire armor. Right, so that's everybody up to morale. That I'm going to be using. The ones I'm going to be using are up to morale, so it doesn't matter about the rest. They'll go up naturally. Alright, supports. Right, so there's going to be a lot here. However, he won't have to do the Lorenz once he does, but he doesn't have Lorenz anyway. So then Marianne won't have to do Lorenz and Ignatz after I do them. Leonie won't have to do Lorenz and Ignatz after I do them. And when we get to Claude, he can ignore Lorenz, Lysithia, and Marianne, blah 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 blah. And, you know, all the ones that I've done up to that point can just be because they'll be done already. So it's not as many as it looks.
The earth nurtures the trees, and the trees bear fruit. It's the earth itself that gives us all life. O Fodlan, land of plenty, bless us with the gift of delicious food.
What are you doing?
Oh, it's just you, Lawrence.
I was disturbed by your ridiculous blather. Must you recite it quite so loudly?
Why did they refer to him as Lawrence? L-A-W law, rinse, as in to clean a plate, rinse. Lawrence, it's Lorenz.
Can you even call that nonsense poetry when it is utterly ignorant of rhyme and meter?
Ouch! You don't hold back, do you? I didn't know you were so particular about poetry. Ha! Maybe you have a secret poetry collection of your own hidden somewhere.
That's absurd. Where did you hear that? And just what was that poem about? It seemed to me that you were praising the land. But is it not the goddess who nurtures the land? Should your praise not go to her instead?
Of course you zero in on that detail. You really are a Fodlan noble through and through.
Certainly. Aren't you?
I'm not quite the same, no. Though noble blood flows within me, it can't change who I am at heart.
Pardon? I think you had best clarify.
Listen, Lawrence, you had ambitions of becoming the Alliance's ruler, didn't you? Would you like to try that for real? If you really want it, I wouldn't mind giving up my position.
What's this all of a sudden? That is not an offer to be made in jest.
I'm not joking around. I've been thinking it for a while now. I originally thought you were like a fox drawn in by the deer of the Alliance. But I was wrong. You're no thoughtless predator. You're trying to properly train the deer around you. Isn't that right?
That is my intention. But the ambition is insufficient. To rule well, a certain temperament is required. When we first met, I mistrusted you a great deal, and on my father's advice, I observed you closely. That is why I can say this for certain. You possess the qualities necessary to govern.
A compliment? From you? That's about as rare as a deer standing on its hind legs and doing a jig.
Merely a statement of fact, one that is quite relevant to the future of the Alliance.
The future of the Alliance, huh? You really are devoted to your cause.
Depending on your actions, I may yet see fit to seize your position for myself. Bear that in mind.
I welcome the idea. It means I can feel safe vanishing whenever I see fit.
Vanishing? Do not tell me you intend to die in this conflict. You cannot shape the future if you do not live to see it.
Ha! First you compliment me, and now you're worrying about me? What have you done with the real Lawrence? No, I'm not going to die. I'm tougher than I look. Besides, this war isn't just for the Alliance anymore. It's going to decide the fate of all Fodlan. It would be cruel to leave you with the burden of uniting all of Fodlan by yourself, don't you think?
Burden? Please. If there were none other suitable, I would gladly become a king. Or even an emperor.
Well, well. I guess I shouldn't take Lawrence of the famous House Gloucester so lightly. Really, though. Don't you go dying on me either, Lawrence. We're going to need men like you in the age to come.
The same to you, Claude. A world without you would be ever so dull.
This is
Why,
interesting.
Scythia, it's no good for you to expose yourself to such strong sunlight. And a chill could steal upon you at any moment. You really ought to have worn a mantle. You have been running yourself absolutely ragged. Would you please consider taking some rest?
Enough is enough. I am fully aware. Now, stop following me.
I'm only concerned for your health.
That's great and all, but I feel fine today, and I'm perfectly capable of caring for myself. I don't have time to take a rest. I'm overloaded with work, and I have less time than everyone else. I just want to do my own thing, bring order to the Alliance, and put my parents' minds at ease.
No need to rush. How can you be so certain your lifespan is shortened anyway? I do not know who decided that, but consider me skeptical. If you are healthy now, and if you take proper care of yourself, you ought to live just as long as anyone else.
That's all well and good, but those vitamin-packed sweets you brought tasted weird.
If you want a healthy body, then you need to start with what you eat.
You have a point, but those health sweets are gross.
I sent for the finest in wholesome, healthy treats for you. I asked only for the very sweetest.
That was pretty nice of you. I'm sorry, Lawrence. Thank you for being so thoughtful. Still, I don't need bushels and bushels of them. Gaining a ton of weight won't exactly lengthen my lifespan either. I mean, I like to be able to hang out with you as much as possible, and for as long as possible.
Truly? Oh, I'm so glad. I feel the same. Even in an otherwise perfect future, I still cannot see a happy life for myself without you in it. In fact, the more time we spend together, the more essential to me you become. So let us walk side by side toward a future together.
Yikes! Keep it down, will you?
Why are you flustered? What is there to be embarrassed about? You know I will always care for you.
Okay, noted. Will you just calm down already?
You need not worry about a thing. I will look after you no matter what may come. After all, the future of Fodlan rests upon my shoulders, does it not?
I won't give up on myself either. Thanks for caring, Lawrence.
Right, Lorenz and Marianne. Let's see how this one goes.
Ah, Marianne, I've been meaning to thank you. The books that you lent me have proved most fascinating. Would you permit me to offer you tea as a token of my gratitude?
I'm a little busy right now. Maybe later tonight?
Of course. I will look forward to it.
Thank you for inviting me over.
Certainly. Thank you for coming. Oh, and please, relax. This is no formal occasion.
Oh, this tea tastes so good.
Doesn't it just? This is my absolute favorite. I'm pleased you like it. This pastry may suit your palate also. It is commonly paired with this tea in my homeland.
It's sweet. It complements the astringency of the tea.
You have exquisite taste, and there is plenty more where that came from. We simply must do this again.
You want to spend more time with me?
Naturally.
Well, that's... Actually, there's something I need to say.
Yes? What is it?
I've been keeping this from you for a while. It's about my crest. It's just terrible.
Please, that's quite enough.
Oh,
You're trembling. If uttering this secret hurts you, then I have no desire to hear it.
it's just...
Your smile is a greater gift to me than any truth. Whatever you have hitherto concealed, I am certain it is essential to you, and I do wish to know it. But not until the day arrives when you can tell me with a smile on your face. I am not the sort of man to prize my own knowledge over others' happiness, you know. Besides, the mystery is part of your charm.
You're funny, Lawrence.
There, that's what I mean. Your beauty is always captivated, but that smile truly warms my heart.
This is the first time I've smiled in so long, and I have your kindness to thank for that.
As I've said, you are perfect just as you are. But I suppose I can take a little credit.
Yeah, so like I said before, he comes across as an asshole at first, but yeah, he is actually quite nice now.
Yes, your radiant smile shall illuminate all the world. With me by your side, you will not be able to help it.
Does a radiant smile bring a new dawn? You know, that radiant dawn smile? Yeah? Yeah, Lorenz?
I'm looking forward to that.
The joke was not funny, Marianne. Right, Leonie and Hilda... Ferdinand... He's a Ferdinand? Oh, what the...
Ah, that fragrance! Could it be? Ferdinand, I cannot help but notice the exquisite tea you're drinking.
Not many can appreciate it, let alone recognize it. I'm impressed.
Perhaps you would be so good as to indulge me with a cup?
By all means, allow me to pour.
What a delightful aroma. When I close my eyes, I feel as though I've wandered into a rose garden.
Such a precise, poetic description. But please, drink up. No need to stand on ceremony.
How gracious of you. Very well. Flavor, fragrance, and hue, all in fine harmony. This is a most superior brew. And in a market saturated by pale imitation, no less. You did well to acquire such fine fare.
You are clearly quite passionate about tea. and more than just passionate. You know what it takes to brew a fine cup, to say nothing of your flawless etiquette and sterling attentiveness.
Certainly, proper etiquette at tea time is one of the surest hallmarks of quality breeding. And the extent of one's attentiveness is quite often indicative of the depth of one's character. The ability of a person of fine stock to exhibit a rich quality of character is precisely what determines whether one is worthy to be called noble. And all of that can be seen in how one handles such a simple thing as a cup of tea.
Ah, marvelously put, Lawrence. I can tell you have given much thought to this subject. And if I may, I have always considered you to be the very model of noble comportment.
Oh, likewise, this has certainly been an extraordinarily meaningful cup of tea.
I wholeheartedly concur. Before we part ways, I would like to offer you some of these leaves.
Truly? Well, I'm flattered, but I cannot simply accept them without offering something in exchange. You simply must allow me to host you in turn, by way of recompense. We shall drink from House Gloucester's finest teacups and enjoy the loveliest of its cakes.
That sounds exquisite. I look forward to it.
Oh. Okay, so Ferdy and Lorenz. This is actually quite fun. I want to see the P support for that.
Lawrence, look!
What is it, Hilda? Ah, a letter. From your brother?
That's right. Though part of me thinks it's some stranger imitating my brother's handwriting. He's never given me this much praise. Hilda, you've learnt the value of persistence. You're really maturing, stuff like that. Usually his letters are like, I'm worried about you, and stop being so lazy.
Since I have fought by your side, I can assure you that his praise is genuine and entirely deserved.
I've written about fighting in plenty of letters. Why is he so gushy this time around?
I would venture to guess that your depictions of battle are more passionate than before. It's no surprise that such authenticity would resonate with a veteran warrior like your brother.
If that's true, I have you to thank. You've inspired me to throw myself into battle. Does everyone think I'm a tough warrior now? I don't want to be stuck with their high expectations.
Would that be so terrible? You are gifted, you know. Not to say that your lackadaisical nature has failed to endear itself to me.
Yeah, I remember now. She was using him as a shield in battle. And then he, in some warped way, took it as a compliment, thinking she was trying to push him to further heights. And then put her into battle as a thank you sort of thing. That's just how it works out.
I'll choose to take that as a compliment.
Speaking of letters, did you keep your promise? Did you, mention me?
I did. I told my brother all about you. I said you were a uniquely gifted leader who could inspire people to be their best selves. And I said that you'll be a real asset to the Alliance. I also told him how I wished you could join our family. He responded that he'd be honored to call you his brother.
Truly? Oh, to have such a valiant brother would be beyond my wildest expectations.
Hilda? Really? I've got to see that pairing. Lorenz and Hilda. That's got to be one.
Lawrence? You know what I mean about you joining our family, right?
I believe I do. And I confess, if I am correct, that the same thought has preoccupied me as well. But you must forgive me. Now is not the time. Before we can consider our own future, we must first end this war. We must secure a peaceful world.
And if we do attain a peaceful world, then what? Come on! Just say it.
As much as I'd like to grant that request, I cannot. This is something that will deeply affect our lives. It must be said at the proper time and place, with the most artfully chosen words, and the perfect offering. I am Lawrence Hellman Gloucester, after all.
I'm not usually one for waiting around, but maybe I'll make an exception in his case.
Oh my god! I want to see that pairing. I'll spend the renown to get that pairing if I have to, but I want to see the rest of his A supports before I decide, but he's only got Leone, so But yeah, I kind of like that pairing, Lorenz and Hilda, for some reason. Despite the fact I find her quite an annoying bitch for her wanting to make men do the work for her so she can just laze around sort of thing. That pairing actually does put her in a better light. I want to see that one. I want to see that pairing.
Hey, got a minute?
Ah, Leone, are we to sharpen swords again?
No, I came to give you this handkerchief back. Sorry, I know I held on to it for a while.
5 years?
You lent me this. Remember?
I recall giving it to you. It is a noble's duty to give to the common folk. In return, the commoner need only pay respect.
That's nice. You left out the part where the nobles take all the stuff the regular folks make?
Yes, the common folk give the fruits of their labor, willingly, I might add, as a token of that respect. The head of San village offers his tribute in exactly that spirit, you know.
San? That's my village. You knew?
Of course. We granted exclusive hunting rights to San, and forbade outsiders from poaching. In fact, when we received complaints about just that, we hired mercenaries to deal with the issue.
So that's what brought Gerald.
What was that?
Nothing. Look, just take the handkerchief. I'm returning something I borrowed from a friend.
Very well. As your friend, I will accept it.
You know, I really wish you wouldn't think of nobles as always giving and commoners as only receiving. Friends help each other, without thinking about status. And that help goes both ways.
Quite so. And when I require the aid of a friend, I assure you I will happily recognize it. But only with friends. In the main, I must continue to refuse assistance from the common folk. For a noble to accept would be disgraceful.
Huh. I always thought he was just stuck up. Turns out, he just has this grand idea of nobility he's trying to live up to. Oh no! I didn't even give him the handkerchief!
So she's starting to reflect my thoughts there. I want to see the last support he has for her, and then, but I'm leaning towards Hilda and Lorenz. I want to see Hilda and Lorenz. That's such a fucking funny pairing. I want to see that one. Right, Raphael and Ignatz. Oh, is this Ignatz finally grown up and stopped thinking that he owes Raphael something because of their parents? That would be nice if Raphael actually grew up and realised that he doesn't owe Raphael anything for the parent thing.
Hey, Raphael. Reading a letter?
Well, if it isn't old Ignatz. I got a message here from my sis.
Oh, a letter from Maya. I haven't seen her in so long. I bet she's all grown up.
Nah, she's still a shrimp. It's been a while since I saw her. But she's probably only up to your shoulders.
Wow. I can't believe she's gotten that tall.
I wrote to tell her about how we're friends again. Do you remember this?
Is that the picture I drew for her?
She sent it along with the letter. I guess she held on to it since we were kids. Alright, that's enough looking. She said to show it to you and send it right back.
To think she's handling my little doodle with such reverence. That warms my heart. I remember the day I gave Maya that drawing. She looked so happy. Before then, I never knew I could make people happy with art. It was a revelation.
Would that be Fate's revelation? Ignatz, would that be your Fate's revelation? Come on, I've just seen Ghost start the Fate's Conquest playthrough and talking about the Revelation DLC for that. To make a joke, okay? Okay. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. None of you are laughing. I had to make the joke.
I've been drawing and painting ever since, in hopes of becoming an artist one day.
You're much better now, so it must be paying off. I bet you could be a real artist.
Oh, on that note, go watch Invalid Ghost. Yes, go watch Invalid Ghost. That girl introduced me to Fire Emblem, and the link to her channel is in all my Fire Emblem videos. Go click on it. The description of my videos, rather. Go click on it. Yeah.
No, that's not possible, I'm afraid. I have to consider my parents' wishes.
Who cares what your parents want? It's not like you're a noble or nothing. Your fate is your own.
Huh. You think so?
I know so. And I'm gonna support you with whatever dream you got. Okay, let me see. What's the first step to follow your dreams? Oh, got it. You should paint me.
Paint you?
Yeah, I want my little sis to know how good I'm doing here. So I gotta send her proof. Plus, she'll be doubly impressed if it's a painting you made.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea, Raphael.
Good point. I can certainly try to capture your likeness. I'll paint you with a warm, cheerful expression on your face to bring Maya comfort.
My face? No way! You gotta get my muscles in there. Especially my chest and arms.
Are you sure that's what she'd want to see?
Wait! Before you start painting, I gotta get me a little more training in. If my muscles aren't bulging, then what's the point?
I'm not sure about this.
That is just so fun.
Hey.
Oh, Lysithia. Something I can do for you?
As he finally took heart of what she said.
Can you help me out with my shopping?
Yes, of course. You need me to carry stuff?
Actually, can you pick up some tea for me? I'd do it, but I'm drowning in work.
You're so busy you can't go shopping. Okay. Do you have a favorite kind of tea?
I'm not too picky. I just like having it around, really. Whatever's cheapest works for me. Here's some money.
One question. Why me? You don't really need my help for this.
I just thought I could lean on you a bit. You know, rather than trying to do everything on my own.
Right, I see. Well, good. I'm glad you decided to approach me. But for this particular task, you might be better off doing it yourself.
Oh?
There are so many different kinds of tea, and I'm not very discerning. Well, what if I get you one you don't like? When I do my own shopping, I pick a tea at random. Otherwise, I'd be paralyzed by all the choices. It's the same with food. Sometimes I stare and stare at the options and never decide.
You look like you were doing just fine when you went to get groceries the other day.
I really had to push myself to do that alone. I don't think I can do that again. Sorry.
Uh-huh. So, you've stopped trying to do things on your own, then?
Yeah. Still, though, for today, how about you have some of my tea? If that'll do.
Sounds nice, sure. Do you mind brewing mine while you're at it?
Okay. Though I can't do it as skillfully as Lawrence, I'm afraid. I'll get it ready right away. Feel free to start focusing on your work. What?
I mean, you seem plenty reliable to me.
I do. Really? How so?
You're fun, you're easy to be around, and you rarely complain when you help others.
Well, I'm just pouring you some tea. I'm not sure that qualifies as help.
It's not easy for me to rely on people, but with you, it's different.
Well, there aren't many things I can do, frankly. But what I can do, I will do. So if you need anything, ask me, and I'll try to help.
You really are unreliable, as it turns out. Guess I'll just have to take your word for it.
So, let's see, we've got a Mariana, Leone, Lysithia and Hilda, and then we have Ignatz, Lorenz, Raphael and Claude. I've already decided on Lorenz and Hilda, practically. So we'll have to see what Ignatz gets, depending on how he goes with each of them. He's not getting Hilda, but we'll still see his conversation with her. I'll go down and use that woman in the market to change it. So when he's next to Raphael, he gets more attack. Interesting.
Huh. What's that about? Marianne, I saw you on the training grounds earlier. It looked like there was an argument.
Oh, no. It was nothing.
Are you sure? Nothing happened at this morning's training?
Well...
Okay, tell me what happened.
I just couldn't keep up with the rest of the group. Everyone got so mad at me. They said something about looking into their eyes so I could read their movements, but I couldn't do it.
They may have a point.
I'm a hindrance to everyone. I can't do it.
Of course not. That goes without saying. It's hard to accomplish anything on your own. Look at me. By myself, I'm worse than useless.
You've actually become quite useful on the battlefield.
Can you see where I'm going with this? To succeed, you have to cooperate. You can't do that if you're not paying attention to nonverbal cues.
Huh?
Please, try looking up. Looking people in the eye. You'll see some things that you've never seen before. People worry about you, and rely on you. You'll see that on your allies' faces. In a way, you'll see what they're thinking.
You may be right. It was my fault for looking down. Thank you, Ignatz. I appreciate your encouragement.
Of course. Look, we both saw the sunset and appreciated its beauty. Nature communicates without words. We can do the same. We don't need to speak to be understood. Stop staring at your feet. Look at us. That'll be a good start.
I can certainly try.
Huh.
Is something wrong? Did I say something to upset you?
Of course, I must point out Marianne's mine, so one of them will have to go without a girl, sorry.
Oh no, to the contrary.
Unless one of them can take Happy or Constance.
I just realized that I was missing something. A thing of remarkable beauty. Right under my nose.
Remarkable beauty?
What? Don't mind me.
Right, Constance, do you get any of the boys in... No. Happy? Can you get any of the boys? No. Lintar, amazingly, she can. But then again, that makes sense. She is a magical researcher, so is he in an aspect. So, yeah, that makes sense. No, hang on, that's Happy. So, her getting Lintar is actually kind of weird. But then again, with her ability to draw monsters, he probably would be... Yeah, so that makes sense. He gets might from Hilda. Interesting. He gets might from Byleth. Anyway, watching Ignatzi's. So unfortunately, one of the boys will miss out. Claude, Lorenz, Raphael, or Ignatz is going to have to not get a girl because Marianne will be mine. But Lorenz seems so far he'll be getting Hilda. Unless something more better comes up, Lorenz will be getting Hilda. If I can help it.
Oof. Capsized the teapot. Tea leaves on the carpet. This'll be fun to clean up.
Hey, Hilda. Is something wrong?
You just walked on into her room.
Ignatz. I accidentally knocked over my teapot.
While she was getting changed. Did you think of that, Ignatz?
I drunk all the tea already, thank the goddess, but the tea leaves went right into the carpet.
Oh, that's a mess. Here, let me help. I can leave stains if you're not careful.
But don't you have somewhere to be?
Oh no, don't worry. I'm on a break.
What's that in your hands? Oh, painting supplies. You were gonna go do some painting, weren't you?
Hilda, don't you dare offer to model for him.
Ah, yes. The weather's quite splendid, and I found a place where some gorgeous flowers are blooming. But the flowers aren't going anywhere this second. Let's clean this up.
Okay. Thanks, Ignatz, and sorry to keep you away from your painting.
That's okay. It didn't stain at least. We picked all the leaves out of the carpet.
Still going painting? Or is it too late in the day?
No, I think time-wise it'll be fine. If you're not doing anything, Hilda, would you care to join me? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Forget what I said, I'm sure you're busy anyway.
You didn't let me say anything.
Well, no, but you didn't reply, so I thought you didn't want to.
I never said I didn't want to. I was just surprised. I'd love to see those pretty flowers you mentioned. I'm glad you invited me.
Oh, that's good. Wait, you're glad?
Of course I am. I like being invited to things silly.
Right, of course. It's affirming.
Yeah, exactly. See? You get it. So there's no need to worry that an invitation is burdening someone. It feels good to be asked.
Of course. Well then, in addition to seeing the flowers with me, would you like to help with my painting?
I wouldn't want to screw up your opus. I'm not much of a painter.
No, I meant that I'd like to paint you. With the flowers all around you. Oh, that's too much, isn't it? Forget I said anything.
Silly, you didn't even let me answer. But you're right, I'm not up for that.
I'm sorry,
I'm not up for that, unless your painting of me will look really, really cute. Can you make that happen?
Huh? Yes, of course. I'll paint you cute as a button.
Good. Shouldn't be too hard. I can feel a very cute smile coming on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just weird. I had the psychic premonition what was coming up.
Leonie. Off to train?
Already done. What about you? Off to draw?
No, I'm on my way back. I was thinking of adding a little color to my latest piece, so...
Come to think of it, I've still never seen your work. Here, let me take a peek.
It doesn't work like that. You have to let me know in advance. I need time to prepare.
Oh, lighten up. Wow, look at all that paper. Are these all drawings? What should I look at first?
Wherever we travel, I try to capture the feeling and character of the landscape. I guess they've all kind of piled up. Each place is unique. Not just the geography, but also the clothing and architecture and so on. Everywhere has its own design sensibilities.
Yeah, you'd think there'd be only one way to do stuff like engraving, but it actually varies a lot.
Just within the Alliance, the styles are quite different between the North and South, and the Empire is even more diverse.
Oh, here's a landscape. What a bright blue sky. You really make it seem alive.
The blue of the sky changes with the season too. In the summer, it's darker, and yet in the winter, it's almost luminous. And, of course, the landscape below affects the sky's appearance by virtue of contrast. It's hard to get the color just right, so I spend a lot of time experimenting with pigments and... Oh no. I'm so sorry. I've been talking your ear off.
Listen, Ignatz, you need to become a painter.
Huh?
She just ignored all that. It's like, no, wait, you need to do this.
Don't say it's not useful. Your talent moves people.
By ignore that, I mean she's just ignored him rambling about, I've talked your ear off, blah blah blah. Oh, I'm so sorry, blah blah. She ignored that crap and just like focusing on the positive stuff. Rather, she ignored his negatives and focused on his positives. Not she's ignoring him in general.
Someday, I'm sure your art will save someone's life.
Oh no, I wouldn't go nearly that far.
Remember that girl you told me about? You made her so happy, and you were only just starting out. Think about what you could do now that you've had so much practice. This is your calling.
You think so?
Yeah, it's something you can do that no one else can. I envy you. I wish I had a gift like that. So stop apologizing for your talent and just do it.
Thank you, Leonie. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot to think about.
Right, Marianne, let's see who you've got. You've got a Claude, you've got me, S support. Yeah, don't worry about that, Marianne, you're getting that S support. Raphael, and Hilda. So you've got Marianne can go for Lorenz, Claude, Raphael, Ignat. Ah, right, of course she already had those two. It only has two. Now she has a Ferdinand. Oh, for crying out loud, Ferdy! How did you get into here, Ferdy? How the fuck? Oh, he was on a he was a student, so he's got support with some people. Right, okay. So Claude.
Aw, do you have an itch back there? I guess you can't scratch it on your own, can you?
Hi, Marianne.
Oh, Claude, it's just you.
Sorry, I know you're in the middle of an important discussion with Dorte, but could I talk to you?
About what?
It's about this thing you think you're burdened with.
I've tried to guess what it is.
Please don't. This is making me a little uncomfortable.
There's no reason to feel uncomfortable. It's not like I plan on saying it aloud. But if my guess is correct, there's something I want to tell you. Will you hear me out?
Fine, I will listen.
Once upon a time, in a faraway place.
What the... Are you telling me a story?
Just listen. Once upon a time, in a faraway place, there was a young boy. This boy came from a despised lineage. In short, his mother was a daughter of the enemy. So the young boy was treated horribly by everyone around him. He hadn't done anything wrong. Everyone hated him simply for existing. Yelling, fighting back, explaining himself. Nothing he did could change his situation. When he was finally old enough, he ran far away from home. He escaped.
It sounds to me like he had no choice. I would have done the same had it been me.
Thing is, after he ran away, he still found himself in the very same position. People in the outside world hated him for where he came from.
Well, now that's...
The boy thought he had no place to go. All he could do was destroy the boundary between the inside and the outside worlds.
Destroy the boundaries?
Right. If there was no outside and inside, just one side to share, then the people outside wouldn't have a reason to hate him anymore, right? It wouldn't be easy, but if he managed it, he could shrug off that burden. The point is, people are born with burdens to carry. That much is undeniable. But whether they bind us or we cast them aside, that's up to us. So I think you should try to cast yours aside, Marianne. Put that heavy burden down. It's time.
But I don't know if I can do it.
It's okay. I'm here for you. We're the same, and I can help you.
The same? Claude, we have nothing in common.
Hey, did you see that, Dorte? Your friend just smiled at me.
Thank you for sharing your story. I suppose I could try casting aside burden, as you say. We can try together.
Let's do that. And when we're free, we can change the whole world.
Oh. Again, that's another one. If I hadn't had married, I wasn't getting Marianne, I'd consider Claude and Marianne. But I want to see what the rest has his like as well.
Marianne! Come here! Quick!
Oh, what's wrong, Raphael?
It's that bird you were talking to! I just found him! See? Right there on the lower branch. That's gotta be him. But he looks a little sad for some reason.
You're right. Do you mind if I handle this? Hello there, Mr. Bird. How do you do? Yes, I see. I see. So your food supply is...
Food? I got it!
I completely understand. I have seen more people and birds foraging for berries lately. It would be ideal if those berries were growing in another forest nearby. Then you wouldn't have to.
Are you hungry, Mr. Bird? I got just what you need.
Are those bugs? Yuck!
Look at him go. He's loving it. He's gonna get so big and strong after this.
That was... disgusting. But how did you know he was hungry?
I could tell by looking at him. He looked hungry and weak. More importantly, I saw what you did. That bird wasn't speaking human, so you gotta understand birdese. I knew it!
Oh, about that. I'm sorry, Raphael, but I need to tell you the truth. I can sort of understand what animals are thinking when I look at them, but I can't speak to them. I'm sorry for leading you on.
Oh, I see. What about me then? Can you tell what I'm thinking when you look at me?
No, Raphael. I can't.
Okay, so it wasn't actually speaking to them, but she understands them. But I know it's linked to that crest of hers, because her crest is the crest of the beast.
Well, of course not. You're not even looking at me. You gotta look at my eyes.
Nope, still can't do it.
I guess I just gotta tell you. I'm thinking it would be nice if you talked to me the way you talk to animals.
What do you mean?
Whenever you talk to animals, you seem happy and friendly. I just wish you'd talk to me like that too.
I'm so sorry, Raphael. I didn't know.
What if I tried this? Cheep cheep chiree choo choo doo!
What the?
Whoa! I've never heard you laugh before. I should have talked to you in birdese sooner. Cheep chirah, cheeply woo, teedledee!
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that one.
I said you gotta eat bugs to grow big and strong, just like Mr. Bird.
Ah, I think I'll have to pass.
Oh god! Raphael is just amazing. Raphael is just amazing with anybody he goes with, so.
Hilda? I wanted to thank you for helping me in the infirmary. I brought you these pastries.
Ooh, thanks. I'll put some tea on. Have a seat.
That sounds lovely. But I also wanted to apologize for always causing you such trouble.
It's no trouble. No trouble at all. Everything tastes better with friends, don't you think? I give you help, you give me sweets, we have a little tea party. It's a good arrangement, I'd say. I'm used to it now, so if it changed suddenly, I would feel disoriented.
I suppose if you're enjoying yourself, then it can't be that bad.
Sure, you don't seem to mind listening while I gab, so I'm enjoying myself plenty. But do let me know if I'm too boring.
No, you're not boring at all. In fact, you're, very good at talking. You're also good with your hands. You can clean and organize better than almost anyone. I envy you.
Oh, stop. I'm blushing. I'm not as great as all that. We're both a lot different on the inside than we look on the outside, don't you think?
How do you mean?
People who see you think you're so proper, but you're actually clumsy. That's why I help you, because there are some things you just can't do.
I'm sorry you always have to clean up after me.
I didn't say I hated it. In fact, you've taught me a few new techniques I can use to persuade people. Maybe I'll start imitating you a little bit. I'll do the Marianne. That sheepish, sorry, and those quavering downcast eyes. But that might not work as well for me. People would probably assume that I'd hit my head.
Oh, well...
Aw, Marianne laughing at me. So rude and yet so adorable.
Oh, well...
Alright, so she was laughing at the end of it.
I'm so sorry. I just can't help it. When I imagine you doing those things,
Yeah. It's rather un-Hilda-like, I'll admit. Okay, that's enough laughing.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, are you alright? That tea's hot, Marianne. Be careful.
Yes. Oh, ouch, hot.
Come on, what did I just say?
I know, I'm sorry. Ow, hot.
Oh boy, a real steady hand, that Marianne. It's nice to see her laugh. Sure, she was laughing at me, but how can I get mad when she looks so dang cute?
They two... well... Hell, Marianne doesn't have any S supports with females, so... assuming that no, it's just more of a... Yeah. Best friends sort of thing. I'll shout that. That'd be the best wording for it. It's more like a best friend thing.
Ah, Marianne. Praying to the goddess?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. So persistent in your devotion. I quite admire that about you.
Oh, no. It's not like that.
No need for false modesty. I hardly know anyone with more piety.
Seeing him with the long hair, it's hard to see him with his short hair again in the beginning. He looks so amazing like that.
I need to be going.
Wait a moment.
Oh, yes? Did you need something?
I have a suggestion. I have been meaning to tell you about it for a while. Have you ever considered projecting more confidence? Your every word is laden with pessimism and devoid of enthusiasm. To gain the trust of commoners, you must appear self-assured at all times.
I have no need to earn the trust of the common people as a noble. All I want is to live a quiet life, and to not be a bother to anyone. I dare not hope for anything beyond that.
But you're the only daughter of the esteemed Margrave Edmund. Regardless of what you hope for, you must concede that you have inherited certain responsibilities by virtue of your birth.
If that's the case, then I don't care to be a responsible person. Farewell.
One would think she does not wish to be a noble.
I suppose that's a flaw in Ferdinand's character, is he views nobility as a good thing, and well, his viewpoint of nobility is a good thing. What most people think of as nobles is not. So there tends to be cross wires. Right, Claude and Leonie.
Well, we've got another battle coming up. What do you think of our chances?
Winning is always the goal. At any rate, I've done everything I can to prepare.
That's the right attitude. I'm sure they're doing all they can on their side, too.
I don't doubt it, but however strong they are, it's no more than a Fodlan concern. Who knows how far this world extends beyond the boundaries of Fodlan? Talk of strength or weakness doesn't amount to much when it's only in relation to a tiny corner of the world.
Guess you're right. Thinking about it like that, even this war seems like a storm in a teacup.
Exactly. It's nothing more than an internal quarrel amongst the people of Fodlan.
Typical laid-back Claude. I always like talking to you. Your perspective on the world is so refreshing. Things I thought were obvious turn out not to be.
The way you think, that changes the way you see things. Common sense never tells the whole story. It's similar to what we were talking about before, about how you need to doubt yourself first.
True enough, but where did you get these ideas? That perspective of looking past the walls of Fodlan, when it's all we can see in front of us.
Do you really want to know?
I do.
But I'm afraid now isn't the time. When this war is won, I'll tell you all about it. It'll be easier for me to show you than to tell you.
Show me. Are we going somewhere?
It's quite a distance. You'll start to appreciate how big the world is if you go.
Sounds eye-opening. I'll look forward to it. Can we call it a promise?
Yes, it's a promise. But first, let's win this war and leave it far behind us.
I want to see him get his white wyvern as well. I assume it's like, what you call it, Dimitri, where he gets his lords as part of the quest line.
Hey, writing to your sister again?
You bet! Gotta reply to these things as soon as they come in.
You had one last week, too. It's great to see you're both so good about staying in touch. It's especially important when there's a war going on.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. My sister wrote to say how much she loved the painting supplies you sent.
Good. I'm glad gathering those pigments paid off.
You even made her a brush. I really appreciate you doing all that for her.
I was fascinated with painting at that age. I was a pretty artistic kid, if you can believe it. Not a lot of time for it when you're hungry, though.
Sounds like you had a pretty tough time growing up, too, huh?
I guess so. We never thought of it that way. But it's true, the children in my village don't usually get to choose their futures. Any one of us could have had the talent for artistic genius and never even noticed. I was one of the lucky ones. I only got to follow my passion thanks to my father and all the other folks. That's why, once I come into my own, the first thing I'll do is head back there and help the other kids.
Oh, wow. It's like all the kids in your village are counting on you.
No need to exaggerate it. Besides, it's not like I'm unique. You're working hard for your sister's future, aren't you?
Yeah. It's like me and you are both carrying big weights. We should try sharing the weight with each other. You know, lighten both of our loads.
Huh?
If we share our problems, then we only gotta carry half the weight, right? It works out for everybody.
It's probably a good thing you didn't try to take on your family's business. If you take half of my burden and I take half of yours, the total's still the same.
Nah, that doesn't sound right. Everything's lighter when you don't gotta carry it alone.
On second thought, you might be right. With the right attitude and the right partner to share the burden, maybe it is only half the weight.
Now you're getting it. It's a waste of energy to struggle alone when there's someone who can help you.
That's true. And I do hate waste, as you well know. So when it comes to working toward the future you're after, you know I won't fall short.
Great! And you should never fall short on sharing a big meal with me, too!
Deal.
Those two. Oh god, those two. So far then, Lorenz and Hilda. And I would put Leone with Raphael at this point. And just saying, Leone and Raphael just seem so fucking hilarious at this point. So Claude and Lysithea.
Strategically speaking, if I poised an archer to lie in wait here, and then lured the enemy in over here.
Lysithea, are you up late studying again?
I am, but I don't see how it's any of your business.
Look, you don't need to work yourself so hard. You're already as skilled as they come. There aren't many people out there who can match you. Everyone knows that.
I apologize for my sharpness. I just feel pressured.
Why would you, of all people, feel pressured?
I place a lot of personal pressure on myself. I need to become as strong as possible to put my parents at ease.
When I met with Count Ordelia before, he said you were his pride and joy. But he also said his only concern was that you might be pushing yourself too hard. If you really want to make your parents happy, surely you should start by taking care of yourself.
Here, I'm gonna check something. Yeah.
That's true.
Then it's settled. Get some rest. Save your energy for tomorrow's battle.
You really are very mature, Claude, despite the impression you give off. And I clearly have plenty of growing to do. I probably don't have much room to come down on you for harping on me.
Oh, really? Does that mean you won't get mad if I treat you like a child from now on?
That is absolutely not what I said. Just after you finally earned a small degree of respect from me, too.
Hey, just think about it for a second. You're the only one in the world I treat like this. That means you're a pretty special person to me.
You think I'm special?
Take it however you like. Or maybe the thought is too much for a kiddo like you.
Gah, how dare you?
God, don't do anything you might regret. I don't want to be turned to dust.
I'm feeling generous, so I'll let you off easy this one time.
Well, that's good of you. All joking aside, go get yourself some shut-eye, okay? After all, if you don't hurry up, the boogeyman might come out and eat you!
All right, buddy, you asked for it!
Let's see. Called anybody else? Balthus. Oh, I'm looking forward to that one. Claude and Balthus.
I feel like I'm drowning in responsibilities. Claude, take my mind off it all. Regale me with another of your weird childhood stories.
Okay, then. How about an old story from a foreign land that my dad told me when I was a kid? Once upon a time, there was a white camel that got separated from his herd.
I'm so happy for that white camel. I really thought he was gonna die.
Was that story really worth bawling your eyes out over?
It was wonderful. Don't you know how moving that story is?
You know, I never thought much of it until today. But seeing you bawling like that, I do appreciate it a little more now.
What's that mean?
Well, you're always fake crying, aren't you? Getting all misty-eyed to make people think you're a delicate flower?
What? You're awful. I only cry when I'm sad.
Claim what you like, but I can spot real tears from fake tears any day of the week. Fess up.
If you understand me so well, maybe it's because you're no different.
How's that?
When you smile or laugh, it's not sincere. I can tell. I've only seen you genuinely smile a handful of times. Like when you're talking to the professor.
Wow, good one, Hilda. You hit me right in the gut. I guess you're right. I'm not so different from you in that way. But how did you come to realize that? Have you been watching me that closely?
I'm afraid so. My eyes seem to wander toward you of their own accord. What? Hold on. Forget I said that. I didn't say that.
Nope, no can do. Forgetting isn't something this crafty brain of mine is capable of. Besides, my eyes have a tendency to wander in your direction too. How else do you think I found out about your fake crying?
Huh? What are you getting at?
Say, Hilda, once everything's settled down, do you want to come meet my parents? I mean, don't get the wrong idea, you just seem interested in my family. Besides, you've opened up to me quite a bit, but I still haven't let you in on my own secrets. If you meet my parents, I think you'll understand, though it might come as a bit of a surprise.
Your family? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious.
Well then, if neither of us changes our minds before the opportunity presents itself, let's agree to go visit my home together.
Although, if it's a long journey, my brother might not be too happy.
True, that might be a tough nut to crack. As tough as Fodlan's locket.
Okay. Right, that was kind of sweet. I mean, I could put Lorenz with Lysithia, because Lorenz and Lysithia was kind of sweet as well, how he's looking out for her health, and he might be the solution to extending her lifespan in that regard. But yeah, out of the people who are there, the ones that could possibly help her so far, Lysithia extend her lifespan, would either be Byleth, and sorry Lysithia, you're not getting that, Lorenz, or Claude, maybe even. Depends what he has to say in his. No, Claude was just teasing her. But Claude does watch out, so... But the one with Claudia did not seem that romantic. Whereas Claude and Hilda did seem kinda romantic there. And so did Claude and Marianne, to be honest with you. But he's not getting her. So I am going to have to work out who I want with who. Claude has just got Balthus. I want to see this one though. That's the entire stream just going to be support.
Balthus, you and I are of like minds, so I'd like to get your opinion on something.
Oh, is this about the age thing? As a rule, so long as she's younger than my own mother, it's fair game, pal.
Noted, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. Ever, really. Do you remember what I said about the first thing we need to accomplish in this war?
That bit about busting open the lid that keeps the people of Fodlan from the rest of the world?
That's right. I'd like to know your thoughts on the matter.
Okay. Well, everyone seemed to eat it up, so I'm fine with it too. Certainly not against it. In a world like that, my mom wouldn't have to fear what others think of her. But it all hinges on if you can shape reality into the vision you have in mind. That's no small task.
Got a feeling you'd say something like that. Please, go on.
I'm all for mixing up different ways of life and bloodlines. But who knows what it'll really mean for Fodlan? We'll be free from things that previously bound us. Walls will crumble. Things will change. Drastically. At the same time, the world we've defended for years could easily become unrecognizable. Everything we've built up until now could fall to ash. Hard to say how it'll all shake out. All we can do is wait and see. Maybe all will end well. Or maybe not.
All I want is for everyone to accept each other. That's the ideal I'm striving for. It's deceptively simple when you think about it.
Look, if getting exactly what you wanted was easy, I'd be drowning in gold. Don't get caught up in the stakes. You just have to throw the dice and see where they fall.
Good advice. That's all we can ever do, really. I just have to do my best and prepare for the worst.
You got it. I can't help with funding, obviously, but you have my support.
Speaking of funds, you're not planning to sell the secrets of my origins for a quick payoff, right? There are people with deep pockets who'd love to see me fall. They'd pay well for information like that.
Don't worry, Claude, I wouldn't sell out a friend. Not even for a small fortune. Most likely.
Yeah, that's not worrisome at all.
I was just kidding. After all, I have that promise to look forward to. You won't let me down, right?
Oh, of course not. And that promise was what exactly?
About hooking me up with your mom. After we bust open that lid, of course.
Of course. Age difference aside, you know she's married, right?
I'm not a loon, Claude. I'm not trying to marry her. I just want some closure with my childhood crush.
Is that a fact? Well, it'll be interesting to see whether my father can kill you before my mother beats him to it.
Oh, deciding who I'm going to pair up now is a bit hard. Because Hilda, I would go for either Lorenz or Claude. Lysithea, Lorenz, or maybe Ignatz. Leone, so far, I would just go for Raphael. Or, in a way, kind of. Well, she's still got Lorenz to go, hasn't she? So, Raphael, Lorenz is going to get a lot of love in this one then, isn't he? He somehow went from being the most hated to, like, the character pair up woman with the most. Right, so Raphael and Lysithea, let's see how this one goes, see if I can change my mind on who.
Where is that darn ladder?
Oh god,
Need
you're
help
going to
with
pick her up.
something, Lysithea?
You're not going to pick her up and hold her up for her to get the book, are you?
I can't find the ladder anywhere, and I needed to check out the books up on that top shelf.
Want me to just grab one for you?
No, I need to be able to dig around myself.
No problem. You can sit on my shoulders instead. Up you go.
Hang on a sec. That's not. I hope nobody saw that. Anyway, thank you. That was helpful. I can't believe how many fantastic books were hidden just out of reach up there. Thanks for being so patient while I rummaged.
No problem at all. It was my pleasure.
Hey, Raphael. You're always extra nice to me. Is it because I remind you of your sister Maya?
Yeah, I can't help but think about her whenever I see you around. We lost our parents when she was still real little, so she never had adults around to do stuff for her. That's probably why she grew up to be the kind of kid who wants to do everything on her own.
That's certainly something I can relate to.
I keep telling her that it's okay to rely on her big bro a little bit. Like, when there's stuff she can't do because she's too small. She just needs to ask someone bigger to do it. I told her that she could help me when I'm having trouble with stuff too. Then we would be even.
Young or old, we can all help one another out. We each have our strengths and weaknesses. Receiving help and providing help in return. It sounds so simple, really.
It is simple because it's Raphael who thought of it, but in the end it is an extraordinarily good ideal.
It is simple! I knew you'd get it.
I do. And I hope you understand that you can come to me for help too, Raphael. I can't be the only one receiving aid. It makes me feel incompetent and like a kid. I hate that.
Alright then. You could help me clean up my room.
I bet it's a disaster knowing you. I'll help you on that front, but I've got some rules on how to keep things tidy. You'll need to listen up.
If you could help with the actual tidying, that would probably be better. No need to bother with rules. I don't really do so good with remembering the complicated stuff. Oh! I got an idea. It would be even better if you could just come by and tidy up from now on.
If
you keep helping me, then I can help you whenever you need it. No guilt.
Whenever I need it, huh? How long does that offer hold?
From now on. Like for always. I don't know what's so difficult to understand.
For always sounds nice. I'm fine with that.
He wants a personal maid out of Lysithea. Okay, Raphael. It's kind of... If it wasn't Raphael, you'd say it was sexist, but it's just Raphael. He's not because she's a woman he wants help, it's just because he thinks she's really good. I wonder how many people understand that part.
Hey, Raphael. I finally finished that necklace for you. Here you go.
Huh? Oh! Whoa! This is incredible! And so shiny.
And it only took 5 years.
You're like an artist, Hilda. How'd you do this?
Just like I told you, I put the flowers and the shiny rocks in a bottle, and then poured in some resin to preserve everything. I thought the flowers you had were looking a little pathetic, so I added a few of my own. It was hard work, making sure the flowers and the stones were spread evenly, getting rid of the air bubbles.
What's this? The part you hang around your neck? I thought you used the one I gave you.
Oh yeah, no, that's a cord I braided. I was going to use metal, but some people are allergic to metal, so I figured better safe than sorry. Anyway, you didn't give me much to work with, and look what I pulled off. I am a miracle worker.
It's gorgeous. Beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. Thank you, Hilda.
Whoa, hold up. What's with the blubbering?
It's just... I bet my sister never got anything so pretty in her whole life.
Well, I wouldn't agree with you on that point, Raphael. Your sister thinks anything you give her is pretty. I'll bet a large sum of money on the fact that anything you send your sister, she finds pretty just because she loves a big brother. Regardless of what it actually looks like, she would find it pretty.
She's had to deal with so much because of me. I never got her anything this nice and cute before. She's gonna love it and be so happy.
Okay. Yes, okay, that's enough. Come on, you're embarrassing me here. If you're really that happy, I'm glad I put some effort into something for once.
That is her live up with line.
Don't you always put effort into things?
That's sweet of you, but no. I don't want to put in effort and then disappoint people. It's dispiriting, not to mention tiring.
But what if they're not disappointed? Then they'd feel great, and you'd feel great too.
Yeah, you have a point there. You know, thanks to you, I'm starting to see things from my brother's perspective.
What do you mean? Do you have a big bro too?
I do. I've always thought of him as an overprotective nuisance, but now I feel thankful. Looking at you, I couldn't help but think, sometimes big brothers are okay.
I didn't do anything special though. It's natural for a big bro to look after his little sis. Oh, that reminds me. I still haven't found anything special enough to repay you for the necklace. I got an idea though. How about I help you make a tough-looking necklace for your big bro?
No need. I have a better idea. When the wars simmer down, why don't you and your sister come visit me?
Really? That's it?
Yeah, I want to make sure it suits her. And then I can adjust the cord if I need to.
Of course we'll come visit. I told my sis all about you, and she already wants to meet you.
Well, good. I look forward to it. In the meantime, hold me close to your heart.
What?
That's what the necklace would say if it could talk. Hold me close to your heart.
Again, I kind of see that more as a best friends conversation rather than a romantic one. Okay. Yeah, I kind of see that more as a best friends forever kind of conversation with Hilda than a romantic one. Although Hilda was trying to get a bit romantic at the end there, it just didn't really pull it off. So far, let's see, we could go Claude and Hilda, Lorenz and Lysithia, and then Leone and Raphael. And Marianne and Ignatz would have been a good pairing, but he's not getting her. So let's see, who has Leone and Hilda got? Hilda and Lysithia. Hilda has Balthus, Lysithia has Balthus. Okay.
Little Lysithia. These ears miss nothing, you know.
What are you on about this time?
Is it true that Count Ordelia plans to relinquish his title eventually?
Yes, but why are you asking?
I approve, that's all. Throwing off the shackles of nobility to live freely? It's a beautiful thing.
I would ask that you refrain from painting them with the same brushstrokes that you so liberally paint yourself with. My mother and father will carry on with all the associated duties befitting of nobles. Only after that will they retire.
Got it. And that's completely different from someone like me who tapped out of the nobility game, right? Your parents are exemplary nobles, that's for sure. I respect that you support them as much as you do.
Would you just stop? You're embarrassing me.
Can't be helped. Meant every word. If anyone should have red cheeks, it's me, given the choices I've made.
I'm sure you had your reasons.
Of course. Still, it is a bit cowardly of me not to stand up to my family a bit more. Honestly, it's since getting to know you that I've started thinking along those lines. One day soon I'll return to that house. My reception will be chilly at best. Still, it must be done. My house is full of lowlifes. But it also has my little bro, who took over when I left. He's good people. Even with the difficulties in Leicester, our house is still going strong. That's his doing. That's why I've decided that it's time to talk to him about what can be done to help Count Ordelia.
Repaying your perceived debt would be nice, sure. But it sounds like you intend to foist your responsibility onto your little brother.
Ah, but the two aren't related. This is just the right thing to do. I'm still pondering how best to fulfill my vow.
Uh-huh.
Wow. You don't believe me, do you, little lady?
Just what exactly are you planning on in terms of this repayment?
After your family relinquishes their noble titles, I'll support them so that you can all live in peace.
Even though you're a lowlife?
That may be true, and it is, but consider this. I've seen life from both sides, as a noble and a vagabond. When their situation changes, they'll face new challenges. I'm the perfect guy to help them through.
You're irresponsible and unreliable. But clearly, you're not a bad person, and your support would be most appreciated. Just so you're aware, however, we have no means with which to pay you. So, are you sure you're still willing to follow through with this?
I wasn't planning on doing this for a payout, but if you really insisted on a thank you gift, well, you could always accept me into your family. Then paying me wouldn't be a consideration.
Excuse me? Just what are you insinuating?
Don't think too hard about it just yet. I still have lots of debts to pay and affairs to settle. In the meantime, let's just stick close together. Yeah?
That would be a weird relationship, but let's see what Hilda has to say. Well, that'll be weird. Hilda and her big brother's best friend. It's been an hour and a half of support conversation.
Baldy? Still training at this hour? How unexpectedly diligent of you.
Ah, Hilda! How are things? Anything of note to report?
No? I'm not sure what you mean.
Oh, I don't know. You haven't been approached by any lovelorn goons lately, have you?
Now that you mention it, it's been a few days since any guys have flirted with me.
Fantastic, they got the hint.
Whoa, wait a second. Are you pulling some weird prank on me?
Of course not. I'm just doing my best to keep my promise to Holst, that's all.
Oh, not this again. That was ages ago. I'm sure my brother's forgotten all about it.
Dead wrong, pal. I actually had the chance to see him recently, and he had a new request for me.
What? He told you to get rid of any guys who show interest in me so that I stay his innocent little sister forever?
That sounds more like Sedith than Holst, don't you think?
Fair point. What was the request?
Guys here have the gall to consider you a potential bride. It's my job to test them, see if they're worthy.
I don't like where this is going.
Since Holst isn't here to do the honors, I've spread the word that nobody is fit to marry you unless they can defeat the great king of grappling in a fight.
What? That's exactly why he was getting rid of them.
Yeah, how many people can beat Balthus in a fight apart from Raphael? I would put Raphael above Holst, Raphael above Balthus. Maybe, well, fuck it, Raphael could beat Holst. Yeah, Raphael could beat Balthus, so he's probably the only one who could actually claim Hilda at this point.
How so? It only eliminates the guys who are dumb enough to take up the challenge.
No one is that dumb. No one around here thinks they can beat the stupendous king of grappling or whatever.
That's why I leveled the playing field by allowing sneak attacks. Plenty have already tried their luck. One guy actually tried to strangle me in my sleep.
Wow, a sleep strangler. He sounds like husband material.
And that's why I've been training so much. Can't let you end up with some weakling after all.
This is madness. If you keep getting stronger, there won't be anyone who fits the bill.
Raphael could beat him.
True. You could spend your whole life searching and never find a match for Balthus the Great. The only people who stand a chance are Holst and me.
And Raphael. Trust me, Raphael would just beat the crap out of Balthus.
To prove that you're worthy of my hand in marriage, you're going to fight yourself?
I always knew I was my own worst enemy. One day I'll finally meet my equal in battle. Me.
So you're going to punch yourself out? Is that your idea of a romantic gesture?
When that fateful day arrives, Hilda, I want you to know that I intend to keep my word.
Oh.
Huh. A girl could do worse, I suppose.
I tell you though, Raphael would just beat Balthus hands down. I don't want Raphael with Hilda, but I'm just saying Raphael could beat the shit out of Balthus. So yeah, Lorenz and then Lysithea, Hilda and Claude, Raphael and Leone. That'd be my choices so far. Lysithea and Balthus wouldn't be so bad either. Anyway, let's see what Yuri has to offer. I mean, he gets an A with Constance. He hasn't got the MDL shit. Okay.
Remember when you mentioned briefly that you'd been in conference with some nobles? Did the topic of conversation happen to be me?
I haven't the foggiest idea what you're talking about.
Don't be coy with me. I recently received an offer of support from Count Karen.
Bravo! Your dream of restoring your house is that much closer now, isn't it?
We shall see. My response is on hold until I could confirm something first. You sound as befuddled as I feel. These are events you set in motion, are they not? I want only the truth from you. Lie to me and you shall be incinerated.
That doesn't leave me much wiggle room, does it? Alright, I'll tell you. So yeah, I might have been negotiating with some nobles. Maybe. Possibly.
You do recall that I have nothing I can offer you in return, yes?
Of course I know that. I just did what I needed to get what I wanted. Like always.
Explain.
All my life, I've known how to angle to get everything I've ever wanted. Money, social standing, the whole kit and caboodle. See? That's how the savage mockingbird lives. Ever since I was a kid. It's how I've done things.
What does that have to do with... Wait, are you admitting to being the savage mockingbird?
And I find myself wanting in on this house of yours. The one you've yet to rebuild.
What? No, wait. You haven't yet answered my question about the savage...
Preened as this bird might be, his only home is a dark, wet back alley. As long as I'm me, nothing can change that. So I figured, if I could leave that home of mine and live simply as Yuri, even if only for a while, you know, I might like somewhere proper to return to. Somewhere cozy, comfy even. Better than House Row, where last I left from.
I'm not sure what you're insinuating here.
I'll get your house back for you. And I only ask for one thing as payment. Once House Nouvelle is back in good standing, I want a home there.
You mean you wish to join House Nouvelle? But the only way to do that...
Marriage. Bingo. Quick, easy, simple.
You and I. Spouses.
You heard me. It's a fine enough trade. What's the problem?
I mentioned nothing about a problem. Where did you get that notion? I've always found you very useful, though I could do with less, much less of your back talk.
I suppose Milady doesn't want a rogue for a husband. Can't handle all that is Yuri,
No, but there is a procedure to this sort of thing. How can you join my house when I have none?
What? You want to do things in order? How boring. I suppose we'll be lovers for now.
You mock me! You mock me and I will not have it!
Me? Mock? I'm being sincere. I'd never live out another dull day with you by my side.
That is my only fear. A life spent by your side may be more taxing than I could stand.
Seeing you so flustered provides endless entertainment.
Well, unless him and Happy have got a better conversation, I want to see them two together. Let's see what Balthus and Constance have to say.
Yeah! Come at me!
Balthus, you mustn't draw the enemy in so. Pray do not sacrifice yourself on my account.
Enough of that. Just watch my back like we planned.
1,000 pardons, then.
Whew, it's been a while since we had such a close fight. How you holding up? You didn't seem like your heart was really in it this time.
I had some difficulty knowing the torment our enemy was going through. Bad enough to fall in combat, but to be felled by one so base as I.
Oh, if they regret anything, it's that you're worried about their humiliating defeat. Ego burn right there. You know, it wasn't so bad fighting at your side. We'd make a pretty good team, you and I.
It is because you have the courage to face your enemies head-on, leaving your flanks unguarded, and the generosity to allow less skilled fighters the glory of dispatching foes who take the bait. Every aspect of your tactics is a reflection of your incomparable virtue.
You have a way of understanding a situation, but also twisting it all up in your head. Impressive, really. The unrivaled king of grappling himself, that'd be me, trusted you enough to watch his back. Can't you just be proud and leave it at that?
The nickname is a difficult one to respect, though the man inhabiting it is more than worthy. If what I have said today has offended, which I would not doubt, then accept my humblest apologies.
You really are something else, you know that? I like your style, pal. I could see us teaming up as mercenaries and wandering from battlefield to battlefield. Admit it, that would be a grand old time, don't you think?
It would depend on the circumstances. Might I impose on you to come with me?
Right, there's always... Wait, what? Okay, we're here. Care to explain?
Must you make a mockery of everything? I have my own dream to pursue, not this twaddle. You assume I'd abandon the restoration of House Nouvelle to become a vagrant? Are you mad? Even among your fabled transgressions, this goes beyond the pale.
Definitely a fair weather friend, that one.
Yeah, I don't see that becoming support.
Why did you bring me here? It's so isolated.
That would be the point.
Yikes. See you around, B.
Or just what are you insinuating there, Balthus?
Hang on a second. Out here, in a place like this, you should be free to sigh, yeah?
What do you mean by that?
I just thought it would do you well to cut loose and sigh to your heart's content.
Really? You found a nice quiet place where you could annoy me without putting bystanders at risk?
Why does this always happen? That's not what I meant. This is me doing something nice for you. You said before that you can't ever relax because you're worried about endangering others. A lot's been going on recently, so let her rip already. Sigh until you can sigh no more.
That's nice of you.
And Balthus is offering to kill every single monster that comes along.
A chance to relax and sigh as I please. Sounds good. But what do we do about the monsters?
What do you think? A monster shows up, I punch it in the nose. Done deal.
By yourself?
I'm never alone, pal. These two fists are always by my side, and they never let me down.
Oh, right.
It doesn't have to be here if you have performance anxiety, but anytime you accidentally call a monster, just holler and I'll punch it to next Tuesday. In fact, maybe it's best if you just stick by my side from now on. Do that and you're free to sigh whenever the urge strikes.
Why would I have to stay by your side?
Not a lot of people in this world can knock out a beast without breaking a sweat. I'm one of them. And since I'm always on the run from bounty hunters, I'm an exceptionally light sleeper.
You expect me to sleep by your side too?
Ooh, this may be my best idea yet. If I'm always with a monster summoner, fewer people will come after my bounty. This is brilliant.
You never change, Bee. You're so predictable. Alright, have fun.
She just sighed like 3 times, didn't she? That's twice she sighed.
Have fun? That's an odd thing to do. Monsters, they're everywhere. This is gonna be a blast.
It's hard not to like that dummy.
That was so worth it. Oh, I'd have to say Happy and Balthus, the Yuri and Constance are the best two combinations there. Out of it all, at the Ashen Wheels,
Delicious, is it not?
Happy and Balthus, Constance and Yuri seems like the best combination.
There is little that can rival the taste of a freshly caught fish grilled to perfection over an open flame. I prefer mine with a pinch of salt.
Look at you, eating regular food like the rest of us regular folk.
It's only temporary. A fish from the river is a coin saved at the marketplace. My project will require every bit of gold I can spare.
Plus, there's a war going on. We've all got to save money however we can.
Constance, what is that shabby meal you're eating with such lowly company?
I suppose after all that's happened, she's given up on regaining her noble title. Probably for the best.
How dare you!
Would you two mind your own business? We're just trying to eat in peace.
Did you hear that? It sounds like a stray cat is screeching at us.
Oh dear, she's not using any silverware to speak of. She's just eating with her paws.
I'd expect that from a commoner, but Constance seems to be doing the same thing. How humiliating.
Oh, we're so vicious. Beating up on poor, pathetic Constance after all of her setbacks. What are you laughing at?
Pardon my outburst, but I couldn't help myself after your ridiculous conversation.
Well done, Constance.
How I eat my fish has nothing to do with my status. In fact, I shall vow one thing now. When House Nouvelle is restored, I shall bite into a whole fish thrice weekly.
Pardon?
Moreover, Happy is a dear friend. I won't permit you to call her a stray cat or anything so insulting. We shall continue to remain steadfast friends, even after my title is restored.
And how soon do you expect that to happen?
We both know that if she carries on with such disgraceful behavior, she won't restore her house anytime soon.
Well, for the upper class, those two seemed rather classless.
What just happened?
Oh, I knew them of old. They were Callow noblewomen from the School of Sorcery.
No, I mean, you said that I'm a dear friend. Did you really mean that?
Oh, one says all sorts of things when one feels like being cruel. But yes, I really meant that. Even when I am a noble once more, I expect you to keep me company well into my dotage.
Of course, Coco. Won't be easy getting rid of me.
Oh, that is actually fun. I've got to see what their meal time is now. So, Lorenz has Leone to get A+ on, and possibly Ferdinand to get that done. Ignatz has Leone. Oh god, Leone, you've got a lot of people with A+. Leonie has Ignatz and Lorenz to A+. Right, so Ignatz and Lorenz for her. Happy and Yuri. Balthus and Yuri. Okay. Oh my god, that was a long trek to get all those conversations out of the way. Oh, they already had meals, haven't they? Okay, so... let's see. Ignatz and Lorenz could go for the cathedral. They both could do some faith, and that will get them closer. But it's Ignatz and Leonie, or Lorenz and Leonie. She doesn't need faith, but she'd hate it anyway. Oh well. Right, Seteth is there. He can give me axe training. Usually, oh, he's in his room. There's plenty of trainers now, so I can get in and train.
5 long years I've... The Church of Sith...
Right, I need you to ask you a question. You didn't give me the answer I wanted. Right, Leonie's there. Bernie's there. Annette's there. Raphael's there. He can give me axe. Alois is there. Hilda's there. She can give me axe. Hilda is axe woman, so I can ask Hilda a question.
I'm pretty headstrong, but...
And there's never ever any second floor dormitories after time skip, so Alois, you're around here.
Quite given up anyway.
And our resident Raphael is up here. Annette, I'm not really caring about. Yeah.
Find alongside, and don't worry. But thanks to you.
But she could give me faith. Petra, Sylvain, Claude, and Flame. Well, Claude's actually got a good axe skill. He may be able to teach me. No. He's only at B. It wouldn't matter. C+, sorry? No, he's at C+. Possibly B. Lorenz. I know you need to beat for the Wyvern Rider. Lorenz, he's a mage. Anna can do an axe. Which reminds me that did I do everything in the market I needed to do? I'll find it or something.
There's on. I hope things.
Hello there. Return soon, please. Hello there. Return soon, please.
Oh, and Marianne can take a bee, can't she? A beam sword, so she can get a woe down now. Yeah, she can get a woe down now.
Hey there.
Oh, I have to get out of the woe down back.
Come back anytime.
I haven't organised my inventory. Then you need an elixir back. Do I want to keep Vale Nottingham? Probably. feel much better than the longbow in that regard. So you could take... You won't need a goddess ring so much as maybe a speed ring. Well, maybe... crit? Speed might help out and get him some more doubles. The crit ring would, but yeah, we'll go for the... Get a silver bow away. What the hell did you get one of them? Thomas, you have a silver bow. Yes, you do. A dark seal, store that. Cursed Ashiza sword. That would be good for someone like Bernadetta. As a dancer, using that to get the extra damage by getting damaged by her own sword. But Phrysis is amazing for Lysithea when you consider the fact that she has 2 crests and one of them is a Gloucester one. What's my Wodow? I mean, Killer Sword. Wodow plus. Fuck it, you can just take the Wodow plus we already have. Does me. A Wodow is the one thing that makes swords exceptionally good. Something they have the lowest damage is the Wodow and its exceptional fucking crit rate. But hang on, what else could she take? She could take a rapier, but no, I'll give that to him. So, besides, the 11 sword suits her better. The Wodow is just there as a bit of fun. Well, you already had yours, so... And so have you. Probably have marking people had their thing done. I might use him at some point, so I'll leave him with Iron Lance. As a backup unit, he's nice to have. So is he. She's the only one that can use Thunderbrand other than Lysithea or Byleth. She's had hers, so she doesn't need that anymore. Cyril's had his. Anna's had her. Why has she got a weapon? Unless they gave it back to her. She won't actually need them because she's going magic now. I just said fuck it, go full magic. Concoction. Right, okay. So she's actually got the Wood Out plus now. Good. And we have to check abilities and all that as well. Right. So the 11 sword is only when at night needs repaired, but upgrading hers would be nice, but she hardly uses it. Yeah, so everybody's had their weapons repaired by time skip, so yeah, that's not needed. Battalions, did I do that?
What do you require? Farewell.
Right, okay. It's been 2 hours, is it? Well, almost. Catherine is fisticuffs and swords, so... What's the tournament now? Sword tournament. Silver Sword Plus. I don't think Marianne could do well with that, as she was a dancer class. Her Sword of Void would make her pretty decent at it. Catherine would also just dominate it if she was an high enough level. Yuri could dominate it. But I really want a Silver Sword. No. I'd rather just take training off of somebody. If you're going to be a War Master, you won't need magic. So what could I train him in? Well, fisticuffs. MD with fisticuffs would do. No rare anymore. What's Ferdinand got? Probably horse riding. Oh, what's this? An item. Well, it's not a lost item, it's just a random gift. Okay.
I have turned.
Lance or horses? Alright, okay. Well, Lance is not a bad skill either, because once you get strong enough, Lances are better than swords. Apart from the fact that you can't get a 11 lance. You get a bolt axe, a bolt 11 sword, but you don't get a bolt lance or anything like that. Yeah, I think it's shock stick. But it's not in this game. I could train up bow. I think C is the highest I had in bow, so
I am most perhaps.
Yeah, so let's go bow. I don't need Hanneman anyway, so. God, I need some bow training.
Hey there, thanks to a little. And now, you should go.
There's a conversation waiting me. Hanneman. Fine, I've never had his A support before, so getting up to B and then hopefully I can pump him up to A support. Just
Hey, you.
shower him some gifts or something, and that'll do it.
Professor.
This is going to be the support stream.
How are you doing, Professor? Would you care to join me for a cup of tea?
Okay.
It occurs to me that whenever we chat, I have a tendency to pester you with my questions and theories about your history. It seems only fair to speak on the topic of myself for once. And perhaps you might feel more positively inclined toward my research if I shared my own story.
You have my attention.
I am quite pleased to hear you're interested. Yes, quite pleased. Well, I suppose I should begin at the beginning, eh? I was born into a noble house of the Empire. Not a large house, mind you, but noble all the same. Our land holdings were small, but our bloodline was quite strong. So, as you can imagine, there were many of us in the family who carried the power of crests. I myself bear a minor crest. Our family's abundance of crests may be part of the reason I've been interested in the topic since I was just a boy. I dedicated myself to my studies, and after years of effort, I became lead crest scholar at the Empire's largest research institution.
Why come to Garreg Mach?
I had only Imperial blood, and thus Imperial crests, at my disposal in the Empire. So I came to Garreg Mach and devoted myself to my research during my time as a professor. My progress is slow, but with each revelation, I move ever closer to the answers I have sought for decades. Your cooperation as the bearer of the Crest of Flames ensures my research will continue to advance. In fact, it may bring me ever closer to the goal of uncovering everything there is to know about crests. I do hope you shall continue helping me advance in this field of study.
Okay.
Together, we will solve the mystery of your Crest of Flames, and our world will be the better for it. Shall we proceed? My lab instruments are fully prepared. I have a great number of tests I'm excited to carry out. No, don't worry. They won't hurt one bit.
Right, where was I? I was going for bow training, and I needed Shamir for that? Or Bernie? Yeah, let's go see Bernie. Now I was going to get meals to raise Leone and with Ignatz and Lorenz. Yeah, Leone with Ignatz and Lorenz. Okay, Lorenz, Ignatz, no Leone. Leone, where are you? Oh, she's had a meal today, so she can't get another one. Fuck it, Bernadetta. If it's an option between Bernadetta and Shamir, I'm raising Bernadetta. Shamir is just a woman who's passing on the image of her boyfriend to somebody else.
Huh?
It's not you she wants, it's her old boyfriend she wants back, and yeah. Was there anything else I had to do? No, I think I can finally go and start doing quests. We'll find it soon enough if I was right or wrong. Alright, Claude, I couldn't be bothered other than trying to get him to A support for the Keyhole Wyvern Company, so... I mean A authority. Although I could go for Wyvern Lord, but I'd be A, and I'm like, no, that's too much time. And then there's also his Lord class. Which would make him lose about 5 points. And yeah, D, sword rating, yeah. I am not really a fan of the Lord class.
Let's do this again sometime. Let's do this again sometime.
Lorenz. He is ready to become a Dark Knight, isn't he? Needs riding, but he can pass easy. Let's get the riding up a bit then.
I've come to understand a great deal. That was adequate. This was hardly a challenge for me. It was only a trifle. This was hardly a challenge for me. I've come to understand a great deal.
You should get past that on his next class. No, you be authority, aim fist, next. I'm happy where you are. B authority is good. There's a lot of good A's and B's, but there's a lot of good C's and B's as well for authority for the battalion. So, and he's got his magic. It's enough for his trickster class. Right, Sophia. I could get her to S rank, which would give us the black magic range +1. Yeah, that would be nice.
I've got to keep working hard. It was quite a challenge. Easier than I thought. Don't stop. Keep it coming. It was quite a challenge.
Marianne, support and white magic range +1. It would be nice. Be able to hit people with aura from further away, but it doesn't extend to healing as far as I remember. So. I could do one, and if I get great in that, I'll put it up to B+, and then put the rest into the white magic. But our black magic's going to go up naturally anyway, so.
That was nice.
Because black magic is the one she's training in for the goals, so it will put that up. However, I'm going to change her goals, so she's going to be black magic and white magic. Hilda, we want to get you the B, so you can get a better battalion, so... Or is it A has a better battalion?
That was so helpful. Thanks. I think I got the hang of it.
Leone... S rank in bows? What would that be? Oh, I can't remember. Let's go for S rank in bows, Leone. And then C, E+, C+. Well, he's the one that's getting used the most.
You make this stuff seem easy.
Then we can assign him a new battalion.
Practice makes perfect and all that. Couldn't have done it alone. Who am I to turn down praise?
Right, the goal of Mariano had to change, and the group task I have to assign. Yay. Yeah, group task. Flying or stable duty. Who would use flying anyway? Claude and Constance? Hilda? Claude and Hilda like to use flying. But she's already Wyvern Lord, he doesn't need it, so... Lorenz's riding needs to go up. Happy's is already where it needs to be, unless I want to make her a Dark Rider, so... So Lorenz and Leone, or Lorenz and Happy. Oh, I might try and get Happy to Dark Rider, so... There we go.
I have a question.
Get a new weapon, give yourself time to train with it. Why not use both? That sounds stupid. Get a new weapon, give yourself time to train with it.
I see.
Doesn't really matter, it's not like I'm gonna...
Professor.
Axe and brawling. Focus on axe and brawling to finish yourself as a War Master. That's what you're on, so just go ahead and what you want, Raphael. Oh, I had to go down to the matchmaker. Oh well. I'll remember to do that after we do the battles.
Let's give it our all,
Wish us luck. We're gonna need it. Pretty good job, if you ask me.
Yep, he'll get A rank in riding, so...
I'll try to put this to use.
Another gain from mortal risk.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Intuition's all I need. But this'll help too.
Oh yeah, I was trying to have the Dark Rider, so that's why I'm getting the Lance up. And I forgot to put Lysithia's Lance up as well.
I want to leave. Don't make me do this.
Is this necessary? I'll sing if I must.
Right, Certes. Right, a War Master. A War Monk might suit me more though. But I want to get that ability for War Master, so... That is a huge amount of ability points you'll have.
I've set my sights higher.
Right, Lorenz, I want you to become a Dark Knight, so you can have more mobility. I mean, you'd be exact same ability points, you'll be losing a bit of magic and speed and resistance, but you gain a lot more dexterity and strength and defense and movement, so yes.
Was there any doubt?
Right, Raphael should already have War Master, yes. Ignatz, I'm not planning on moving him except to maybe Mortal Savant. Lysithia, I'm trying her Dark Knight class. I need to get her Lance up. Marianne, Gremory. She's a Wyvern Lord already. Leone can be Bow Knight. Her total points go down. She loses dexterity and luck, but gains some speed and defense. Bow range goes up. So yeah, I like that.
All that hard work's paid off.
Right, Constance. I was trying to get her into Dark Knight class, was it? Or was it Grefel? I think I'll keep us Dark Flyer. I want to get you to Dark Knight. So Raiden and Lance to go up for you. Happy, I'm afraid. I'll have to mind change your goals to suit. And you're fine where you are. I might get your Mortal Savant later, but... Right, so... Raphael needs to be Ignatius Slayer Lysithia. Marianne has a good chance to become a Mortal Savant. But I wouldn't sue her. But if she gets a chance, I'll train her on it. Ignat has a good chance to become a Mortal Savant. So if anybody else gets leveled up enough, we'll make them into a these two we'll just work on these three as a side project. Claude, I'm not to worry about, and yeah. Balti, well, you can become a War Master. I forgot about that. Strength goes up, because, yeah. So that last one's for Lysithia.
Was there?
Yeah, the last one will be for Lysithia to go up to Dark Knight. Right, dealing with deserters, pirates in the north, and then there's this one. Okay, this one has to do with Balthus, so it means he'll have to be in the party regardless, but he always is, so... It's perfectly fine. My puppy's asleep at my feet. Oh my word, there's a lot of wyverns there. That's a lot of wyverns. Luckily we have a magical cannon like Lysithia. Yeah, that is going to suck some real balls. And that many wyverns at once. The best I can do is get my squishy units out of the way. Ferdinand, what are you doing on the team? But we've got a Balthus now who's nearly pointed to War Master, so that should make things easier. Right, so you take Happy, who's going to be your companion. I'll take either Constance or Yuri. I'll take Constance. And Yuri can go with... Yeah, Raphael can take Yuri. Yeah, so let's put the weaker units to the back. Wait, but Claude can go there, fly up to the air, and then fly away out of his range. Magical Cannon Lysithia can hit one from here. Dear Lord, she can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She could just ride forward and then ride away. Yes. That would put them out of reach. Marianne's out of reach. hit a lot. What are you doing so far forward, you? Yeah. Lorenz, as good as you are, I do not want you in there right now. Leonie has got speed of 23, defense of 22. But even if one of them managed to hit her, they wouldn't double her. They wouldn't kill her. Although a second one would. Yeah, and both of them could hit her. But if she hit one and then ran around here, she'd be fine. And she could hit. That fella there. Alright, keep her out of the way. Put him up front a bit more. I could also put Balthus down there, but I want Leonie to take somebody out, so that's fine. In fact, I could even put Leonie there, and then she can immediately shoot that wyvern and then run round there out the way. And then he could run up and smack this one, and then that would leave open Hilda. She doesn't give fucks or anybody. In fact, if they attack her, they're completely insane. That's the only thing I could say is they attack her, they're completely insane. That is our Flying Fortress Hilda. That looks cute as it is. I should be able to work with that. Except I should have put Lysithia where the pod is. Oh well, doesn't matter.
Let's make this quick.
I need to already be in the horse to Canto. Roll the attacker there. They want to attack her there. Which is annoying. They've got a 37% chance of hitting though. She can hit one of them up there though. But she needs to hit one of those. Well, actually, they're going for Hilda. Let's get this straight. They're going for Hilda. None of them care. They both want Lysithia. They're insane enough to go, well, they would actually hit him, so that's probably why they're going for him. Yeah, well, that's fine. They can, they can double him, which is a shame. But if I change his weapon, they won't double him then. So. Yeah, so you could take out that one that's nearest. Just a wyvern sitting like half a mile away and it's getting destroyed. Yeah, not leave just one wyvern to attack her. That's fine because it won't kill her even if it hits her.
At the ready.
Oh, is that his special ability from the... Oh no, that's his battalion. The mini bow doesn't get the extra ability on fire, so yeah, steel bow, that's fine to death, would you?
A fitting outcome.
I've got to check battle pursuit. Now you want Claude. Again, if you hit, it's going to hurt. But you won't kill. You are dumb enough to actually go after Hilda. Okay, I am fine with that.
Shall we?
Yeah, you go after Hilda.
My orders?
Silverbow can outright kill him. So will, but the Iron Bow could do it in 2 shots. Silverbow's got more health, so just fuck it, 1 shot on that.
Make a difference?
What's my strategy?
Your strategy is just to punch. Yeah, and just use a silver axe on this man, because you could just one-shot them.
Here is something to believe in.
Let's be honest, if I give him a kill knuckles, he'd probably just
going
one-shot
to
everything.
plan.
So there's only one of them left, and that could go for Raphael, and that would be a really, really, really big mistake on its behalf. You go for, oh dear. That's fine, it takes the pressure off Claude, and I'm pretty sure like Hilda here would not give a fuck if I went for her.
Leave it to me.
Shall we?
Yep, that wants to go for Raphael. They both want to go for me. You want to go for Hilda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, still want to go for Hilda? Yes, but its chance of hitting us went down.
Steady now.
And that wouldn't change a thing about who they go for. Right, that should do it if I just then
I'll do my best.
bring her forward a bit. Okay. I mean, it looks unsurvivable, but when
My
you...
apologies.
It's over. I must lead them well. I'll use this power for the greater good.
I have grown marginally stronger.
Probably the biggest mistake of his life. And again, another one of the biggest mistakes of his life. I forgot to change Hilda's weapon. Oh well. Let's see. Who could finish off this wyvern for Violet? You could. Yeah, just blizzard this poor man to death.
I can do this!
Holy crap, you're on Trick City there, aren't you?
For the future of Fodlan.
Just like that.
Hey. I didn't get support of Helga. Alright, anyway, bounty, we want you to get a bit of experience, don't we? Is there anybody who's not high enough level to get a master class? No. No, okay. Yeah, remove this man for me.
Too close for my liking. I must always improve.
Alright. Yeah, bounty needs a bit of training, so...
You're done!
Just set them all
You're
there.
fresh out of luck.
You did it!
Yeah, she could just warp somebody right in there. She could just warp him up there and have him fly away. Yeah, he could get out of there if I just warped him in there. If you like, say there. And then
I fought and won.
yeah, and then we just get him the fuck out of there. Do like here. There we go. There's tactics for you. Alright, and then let's move her up here in case they go for forward. Her up here, right away. Let's get Raphael up here, he's under leveled. So you can get some chances of kills in. And you bounty. She can hit anybody from any range. Practically, he can move up to here. Get her in there. And that should do it. How did they both get some damage in?
Well done.
Right, so we wanted to get Baltus a kill.
Won that bet.
And Raphael a kill. Let's get on the killing knuckle. 65% chance.
That's another one.
Gotta train harder.
Thank you.
Right, that should do. That's just tracking them and waving them down at least. Yep.
Sorry it's gotta be like this.
A fitting outcome.
You provide some A support. Raphael, you're up there.
Sorry.
And remember, Leone needs some support with Lorenz and Ignatz. So Hilda is already a destruction machine, but yeah, we do some more training for her.
Watch and learn.
My apologies.
Here is something to believe in. There's no turning back now.
Oh good, you're coming down. That makes it easier to get support for Leone. Right, so Ignat's gonna be standing there. Lorenz can stand there. And Leone can stand there and get support from the two of them.
For Gerald.
No, I haven't seen the support conversation with Hilda yet for A support, that's why. Alright, okay. Not our swordies here. All sword masters, really, but hey ho. Doesn't really make much effect and difference. Attack speed of 20. 6. Yeah, they could double a lot of our people if they get a chance to. Hilda, you do not need to be there. Imagine kind of like Sifia could probably just destroy people from any range. Balti. Yeah, you can go from any range, you can go from any range. We'd send you out there actually, because yeah. So Ignatz and Lorenz would need her nearby, so it's you and you. You and you, and that means that you can then hightail it out of there once you kill that or shoot that man. And you can hightail it out of there. And so could you, and you'll be safe. And Magic Cannon like Sifia can just take one step forward and no, she wouldn't quite be able to hit that either. Whereas Leonie could hit that guy over there. Okay. And Magical Cannon like Sifia is just fine where she is. He could fly forward, shoot him, fly back. Yep.
Welcome.
I bet my battalion going down after those hits.
Come back soon.
Otherwise, the Balti can get a better battalion. He's on a C. Those are Lions actually. I'm sure Lions can get better. I'm pretty sure they're all up B's now. Well, has a Mortal Core. The Mortal Core should be fine. Not that being B actually makes them better, but that gives him a lot more hit rate and crit, but his void would go down. He doesn't need magic, his void will go up, his hit goes down. Then again, having that higher void would be useful. The Opera Company ones, the dance would be useful, but he has attacks that are just high enough anyway. Like, there's lots of good bonuses for him. So does that, apart from the magic, but whatever. The Leicester Mercenaries is on me already. Edmund Troops, hit rate goes way the fuck up, attack goes down 1. Fire troops. Again, not always putting up the B is always useful. Being a B does not automatically make them good. The Gautier Knights, stupid ability. But the Gloucester Knights, the Leicester Mercenaries, Goneril Valkyries. They're not even leveled up, but they're actually useful to him. I mean, once they level up, his hit rate will go up further. His crit will go up. Yeah, let's try the Goneril Valkyries. Yeah, Raphael, you should be a B, aren't you? Yeah, so you can get a B class. Unless I just kept doing C for her. Yeah, that's probably what I kept doing with the King of Lions one just because I liked it. But your avoid is pretty low, so we need to get you a better one than that. Avoid would go up, hit would go down, crit would go down. See, that's the thing, I like his crit being so high. That, the Leicester mercenaries. Have I got another Leicester? I do. So that would be useful to him in the long run. And Lorenz. He only can see. Oh, Leone should have a better one than that, unless it's done C, it helps her. Alright, no, endurance, yeah. Her avoid shouldn't matter too much because she's never going to be in the line of fire. And that line of lances is an awesome ability. That gives her a hit plus 20. So Royal Guard is a good choice for her. Again, the avoid going down is not an issue. The attack going down is kind of. That could be useful because she's not always going to have an attack in. So having the avoid go up and having the hit go up and all that, so you can also dance to help out. Having there's a semi-support unit would be okay, plus the opponent's not always going to be useful in the area, but yeah, I give her the offer company. She can only take E. She can take up to C. But needs a flying unit, so. That is a fucking good ability. And he can only take C, so that's fine. I know I take my time and picking things out. This is what you do in the game. You don't just rush headlong in, unless you want to.
My orders?
Bank on the killer blow. And if not, Lorenz can always finish the bastard off, so.
Let's make this quick.
This man does not resist anymore.
I don't have time for this!
That poor man
I
got
will
hit
not die yet.
by a random Lysithia.
You did it!
He's probably looking around thinking, what the fuck just hit me?
At the ready.
Yeah, stop them closing in by just killing them. By shooting them in the dick.
I fought and won.
Shall we?
I'll do my best.
That's good, man. I'll do my best. Kaboom.
Goddess, forgive me.
Leave it to me.
Shall we?
That's fine with me. Elder remove.
Sorry, but it's you or me.
Yeah, you can do that one. You can go support Hilda.
Steady now.
Oh, yeah.
Make your way forward.
What's my strategy?
Tell everything's your strategy.
Can't afford to slack off.
Get out of here! No chance.
I've got to change off storm knuckles. Yeah, sure. Just gonna move us man, Leonie.
For Gerald.
Your attack speed 19, his is 26. If you W are 38, you're 23, so that'd be 15 times 2. I think I could take that easily. Just kill a knuckle him. We'll supply you with the backup you need. You get back up to there. And that'll make it easy prey for Battlefish. And your movement is just extraordinary. Your attack speed is extraordinary as well. Get it all over her at that point. That's fine by me, they two can attack her.
Do or die! You're fresh out of luck. Stronger the better.
Oh, hell done. There's your B class.
Never let your guard down.
40? Mm-hmm.
It was the least I could do. Couldn't you?
How does growing on me as a unit?
Nice.
Appreciate it.
Hang on, did she just do two people at once? Okay, so she can hit a plus sign on the person. That makes a battalion even better. Yeah, move this one, please. They're like standing in the shore and she's like up at the grass. Like,
No time to slow down.
I'm just removing you from existence.
The weak fall, the strong live.
Hang on, she could attack one of them from here and save him there, she. What?
Sorry.
Oh god, no, wrong one. Oh well, buddy, you're gonna have to survive this. Not necessarily make you survive it. you go for Raphael, and you're gonna go for him. Almighty cock up.
You should have seen that coming.
Why am I so crazy?
Ready to bleed?
See?
Smells like a brawl.
The frettles of Drummy on your dancers would be an amazing ability.
Alright, who's next?
I mean, just think about it. You could dance for someone to get them to move. Now let's see. The best you could do against me is 22. Sagittarius, and that would get me some. Thank you for information. Dude, you're so irrelevant it doesn't even. You don't even know how irrelevant you are.
Thanks, Belle.
When did he get it on the hook? Oh dear, I'm glad that you could kill him in one hit. But he still do survive 1 HP, so that's fine. Managed to go kind of like that, yeah. Battle Fortress. Hold on. I'll get quads experience. Yeah, you heal up Battlefield.
I owe you one.
I could literally just tomahawk him to death from here. Look at that job.
I must lead them well. This experience is critical.
I am not qualified to command anyone.
Oh, shush, Steve up here. Right. can't see if you've seen the exposure actually. That is a thing, I forget that.
That helps.
Appreciate it.
Lumayan siguro.
That helps.
That's just an experience gain for them. If Marianne just saying like, screw you guys.
I won't let this hold me back.
41 charm, come on. If you use your sword ability, your flavouring sword in this guy, he would just be dead. I mean, you'd be dead anyway because you're like this magical fucking tank. Yeah, well not a tank. You know, like a... Yeah, Humvee. You know, like a Humvee with a 50mm... sorry, 50 cal machine gun attached to it. You just run around destroying things. Mm-hmm. 50 cal Humvee, that's what Marianne is. Look, there's some support with Lorraine's and Ignat's. And deserters. And then I'll do the instructions and I'll go back to that where I'll just explore the monastery. And I'll go set those relationships and that'll be it for the night.
Welcome!
It helped have got a B class in battalions, so
Come back soon!
like Galatea. Some people like the transport force, I don't. Okay, taste, alright? I don't like the stride ability. If you do, go ahead and use it, I don't. I think the Galatea one though. It's good for her. Everything just goes up basically that matters. Apart from crit, but yeah, you can get another. The only other flyer we've got is Constance. Right, so let's do that. You got so many abilities. The brawl plus 20, or brawl volley plus 20 is nice. He never gets that lethality. He got it once and I killed him low and that was it. I mean, it was literally going to kill it anyway, so it didn't matter. I might trade strength plus 2 for something at some point, but see, that's a good ability for the War Master. Rather than, well, his attack is so fucking high, I might just equip it. That way if I send him forward and his HP gets hit and his HP drops, he is just literally just making sure everything he sees. And if you can combine that with, was it, no, Vantage? It makes for an amazing ability because you could just advantage and go first and crit everybody that tries to hit you, and then you're, yeah. Desperation is a good ability, but again, it's mainly for when you can't heal yourself and you desperately to kill something, so it's like a situational ability. I can't remember these blue abilities they have. The steel strength. If I go against a big boss and I wanted to have melee unit to hit it afterwards, like say the final battle of the Silver Snow route, then yes, that'd be useful. Otherwise, no. Although close counter would be useful for his bow. It barely uses. His magic's better than bow for his long range. Steel isn't that useful because I kill everybody anyway. It's only useful in missions with the Dark Knight, definitely, when you can't kill him. So you want to get his event off him quick, but when you got Lights of Fear, that never happens. Speed +2 maybe? Let me double a bit more. Special dance doesn't work because she's not a dancer. Battalion Vantage, situational. Doesn't really matter since she's always on the back seat. She's got HP +5 for well, Is his HP roll been that bad? That he's worse than a mage? Oh god. Yeah, that's all I really want in them, so. Right, 2 horse units should go down here. Oh, archers. We really have to dispose of those archers with our wyvern crew there, but that's alright, we have Byleth, Marianne and Ignatz who can deal with them for us. Down here she could actually 2, 3, 4, 5. She could hit him from down the stairs. She could hit him from her Balfuses. That poor man is dead. There's no question there. That poor man is dead. He's deader than dead. He just doesn't know how dead he is. He's got a Lysithia looking at him. The dead man does not know how dead he is.
Oh,
I just feel like this poor guy needs a kill.
My orders?
That's what your attack speed is. But she's using double on whatever she uses. .22 damage, double the shield. Let's annihilate them.
Let's make this quick.
What are you making that small range
You
difference?
lost that one.
Shall we?
Take that over to her.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, none of them are stupid enough to attack Raphael. That is a pleasing sign.
No chance.
Right, so on this side, shield kill.
Steady now.
There's not a question in my mind it's shield kill.
I'll defeat you! Still alive.
Yeah, having a swordsmith would be actually quite decent.
At the ready. You got yourself killed.
Yeah, you
Shall
don't
we?
need to level up anymore.
Don't get used to this.
What's my strategy?
I'll do my best.
No, not enough, Dad. Get near Marianne. Even if the high resistance cookies have, the weak stand chance to Marianne.
Pointless.
Nice try. How about a curtsy?
And Blacks resist some pretty high level magic. No.
You're fresh out of luck.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's the worst mistake you're ever going to make in your life, pal. Ah. Yeah, you come down and try and get Leonie. That's a thing for you. Now, the question is, how should we kill these idiots?
I must pull through. Another victory. Well done.
Look, that doesn't even matter. I could use him to train up Violet. What War Master? Like 4A. Like 4A. Age resistance to wood power. Like that?
For the future of Fodlan.
Can't afford to lose. Guess I...
No!
So she just annihilate us to man, and he's dead.
Alright, who's next?
Predictable.
Right, so okay, now get rid of some work of whatever.
Make a difference?
What's my strategy?
Just strategy is punching.
I must lead them well.
Yep. They go squishy
I
mage.
fought and won.
What kind of funny relation between the Wyvern Riders and the mages is the Wyvern Riders are weak to magic, whereas the mages are weak to the high physical power of the Wyvern Riders, so whoever hits first wins.
Never let your guard down.
Oh shit, run, slow, whatever. Right, Raphael. Let's get your punch lord ability up. The B class is more than enough for you for a 40 feet.
I think I'm starting to get it. That was pretty good, huh? I think I'm starting to get it.
Ignite. You got B class there, B class there, A there. This guy's more reason.
I got it right. Oh, I was just lucky. I've really grown. I've really grown.
Right. Up towards getting you a better battalion.
Thanks for the tips.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Thanks for the tips.
Constance is as powerful as I can get for you, so work on your authority.
My efforts bear fruit at last. I could do as much in my sleep.
I wanted lands for you.
Not bad. You're laying it on a little thick.
I'm still wondering if that's leggings or tights. It's just like leggings, tights that she's wearing, or if it's leggings or tights. They'll just speak for it.
Thanks for taking the time. Would you look at that?
Yeah, I'll go for the 2 greens. Hanneman. I want support with Infinity, I want he's A, so.
I believe your coaching is better than mine. I believe your coaching is better than mine. I believe your coaching is better than mine.
And Felix. He's all on a green there, so. Building towards Swordmaster.
It was nothing. Of course I got it. I need to butter me up. This could be useful. It was nothing.
Professor.
Come on.
Thanks.
Can I not get some e-sports just yet?
Guess that's that.
Perseverance is the key.
Can't let this power go unused.
I'm glad I'm getting better. I'm getting the hang of it.
One step before the next step.
Growth sustains me.
Is this what success feels like?
I'm getting it.
For the life of you, get a D. She's still a long ways away.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. I'm glad I asked you.
I knew you'd come through.
We'll get a lance up one more, see if we can. Because apart from magic, like I said, it gets compensated for by the tome fair. Let's go lock in some of the supports so they work. It's kind of interesting that we have more on C support and DLC.
Why, hello there.
Oh, so I pick which pairs to... right. Alf isn't happy, yes. 10,000... Is this the order they'll go in? Okay, yeah. What? Okay. So Claude and Lysith are going to get together then, and then it would be Raphael and Leone, Lorenz and Hilda. Okay. Yuri and Constance are next up. Okay, so those fates in that order would do me. $10,000 though.
Come back soon now.
I'll happily take those. Yeah, they're not spending money for that. 10,000 though. Fuck me, man.
Professor!
They fuck me, that is a hell of a price to pay. Oh, Yuri and Balthus.
Hey, take this.
That smell. That sound. This is gold. A sizable stash of precious gold. What gives? Don't tell me you got your mitts on the church's vault.
You fool. It's simply a reward. Nothing to get in a tizzy over.
No way I can accept this, pal. Trust me, I haven't done anything to deserve it.
Just shut up and take it. Call it your fee for providing me with information. What you told me. The tale from your mother's homeland? It really helped me. Anyway, if you don't actually need it, I'm sure you'll find a use for it. Maybe take your mom out for a night in the town.
Looks like you're insisting then. Fine, I'll use it to buy her some good grub. But I thought you didn't actually find any answers in my little tale.
Not quite, but it helped me in other ways. I've stopped vexing myself over unimportant details, like who I am or who I think I might be.
That's all fine and good, but is it really worth its weight in gold? This is coin we're talking about.
Look, do you want it or not? Is there something else you prefer? Wow, that was one hell of a sigh.
Look, you're better than me at thinking and betting, but right in this moment, you're the fool. You. Do I like gold? Yes. Do I want it? Need it? Yes and yes. While we're at it, I like brawling. Women too. But there's something that I care about even more than gold, fighting, and women. Any ideas?
Friendship. Oh, this is tough. Let me guess. Hopelessly losing every bet you place? A good drink?
You really think highly of me, don't you? Dead wrong. It's having a bash bro. A friend to fight with and fight for.
Seems I was a bit off base there.
I guess to you, everyone is either an underling or a business associate. But with a bash bro, there's no such thing as an overdue loan. No hierarchies or other nonsense. It's someone to trust, both in and out of battle. Someone to share life's ups and downs with.
I see. No need to reward a bash bro, I suppose.
That's the ticket. I know you were born into a world of trickery and exploitation, but you don't have to live like that anymore. Now you've got me.
I'm not accustomed to talks like this, I must admit. How can I frame this? Nobody even knows my real name. Are you actually comfortable confessing such a warmth towards someone so cold?
Clearly. No matter who you are or what you've done, I care about you. That won't ever change.
Now that is fresh.
I told you my feelings and you laughed. You're one of a kind, pal.
I'm sorry. I've got to admit, I thought I'd heard it all. But you've managed to surprise me. It's the first time anyone has ever said something so sincere, without trying to get something out of me.
I could try to say it again with more swagger, if that helps.
Nah, no need. Bash Bros has a nice ring to it. From here forward, we are forever Bash Bros, friend.
I've got your back, pal.
Oh, that is Yuri and Happy, okay. Oh, let's go to the meals. And then I can use training to get Axe up, but I don't need to know War Master, so.
Oh, exquisite! This is exactly the meal I've been craving.
I've eaten many meals in my time, but this is divine.
Yay. Alright, I'm gonna go preparing the gears.
Always happy to join the professor for a meal. Oh, and I'm glad you're here too, Lawrence.
The pleasure is entirely mine, Hilda.
So their support levels keep rising in the background. And whoever's at the highest support level is the one who gets paired up. If we take Raphael and Leonie, I'm sure they get put together then. That's an interesting concept.
This is delicious! My absolute favorite!
That looks delicious. Goddess forgive me, I've just got to indulge.
The coordinate stuff here, who can pick already.
That smell, it's amazing. My fave, in fact. Do you like it too?
Eating delicious food really takes my worries away.
Right, Marianne. Ignatz. Happy and Balthus.
Wow, this is all kinds of tasty.
My favorite meal at my favorite cost. Free. Gotta love this place.
I thought ropes coming out his nipples. I just realised that there's ropes coming out his nipples.
This food is a revelation. I can't help but smile when I eat it.
I like this dish. It was my father's favorite.
Right, so find some trainers and then yeah, then that'll be that for the night. Just use up my activity points and that'll be it for the night. Yay.
Huh? Professor?
Yeah, just jam in the bow some more, would you? Oh, we can have a support conversation. The Leonie. Oh, how I can't get to later. Let's see if I can get to later. Okay. Right, okay. So, what did we for that one? All the way up there. There's the only we'll get. Yeah. Go to the sauna. Yeah, go to the sauna. Get refreshed.
Oh. Right.
That'll do. See if I can wait a minute, man. Is Hilda okay? No, we'll find out. Or she like the really weak team. Okay, so that works out in my favour, but whatever.
Professor, it's not. It's also, of course. So do your.
Oh, I can do the handling as well. So yeah. No, yeah, there's more support with him. I want to see Z support. I've only but I haven't seen it before. But,
I am most curious, perhaps.
How many gifts I can give him?
I am perhaps. Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks. Oh.
Okay. Wait, how is he? No, he's not 8 yet. How long would you wait for him though? Maybe it'll be a next chapter then, or something like that.
Right, right. Professor. Hey, Professor. Can we talk? I feel terrible about the last time we spoke. I was trying to apologize and just ended up losing my temper again. I'm really sorry.
That's alright.
I figured you'd say that, but I still feel like an idiot. Somehow, I just have a hard time keeping my feelings in check around you. And I think if I don't just tell you what I'm thinking, we'll never be able to have a normal conversation. So, let me clear the air. I want us to, engage.
Engage in what? A joke?
Yeah, exactly. I know it's a sudden thing to ask, but I'm not going to feel settled until I know where I stand. Would you do that for me?
Alright.
Good. Don't hold back, okay? I want to see you at your absolute best.
You're gonna please David though.
Phew. You got me. I'm completely outmatched.
Yay. You held your own?
Maybe. But you were definitely stronger. Honestly, that's what I needed to see. You're a true successor to Captain Gerald's style of swordplay. I almost felt like you were him. I thought I was competing with you. But that's as pointless as competing against him would have been.
You know, he used a lance, not a sword.
So instead of that, I'm going to focus on keeping the promise I made to him.
What promise?
Captain Gerald said that if anything should happen to him, I'd have to support you in his place. He didn't sound serious at the time, but it was right before he... you know, before we lost him. So, I've decided. I'd like to do just what he said. I know I'm not as strong as I need to be, but I swear to you, I'll train until I am. What do you say? Can I call you my employer?
Sure.
Yes! It's official. I'll protect you no matter what.
Alright, if I knew that we were going on a meal.
Hey.
Right, so... Saloni needs Lorenz and Ignatz, and that's the only two I've got A plus supports. How do you get Ingrid A plus? Interesting. Right, so that should be that for tonight anyway.